G'day guys, Dave Lee coming at you once again, and welcome to another edition of my Blu-ray and DVD television series collection. In this video we're going to be taking a look at all of the animated series that I have on DVD and Blu-ray. There's not an enormous amount of them, certainly not as many titles to feature as there were in the past TV, Blu-ray and DVD collection videos, so hopefully we'll get through these pretty quickly. But that said, let's do it, let's get into it. Alright, so let's do it. Let's take a look at all of the animated series that I have as part of my Blu-ray and DVD TV series collection. First up, let's take a look at this, the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes Complete Season 2. This is a box set consisting of the four individual releases that make up the complete series 2 of this show. There have been so many different Avengers cartoon series released on DVD, but this is the only one I've actually picked up. Now, I don't have season 1 because when I found this, it was on special. I think I got it for like 20 bucks or something. They did have season 1 there as well, but it had one of those annoying like electronic spider tag things on it, and it was just completely wrecked. The box was completely wrecked, and that was the only one they had in store. I thought, I got it from Kmart, I think. It's like the last DVDs I ever bought from Kmart, and I thought I'll go into another store and see if they have one, and I never found it again. I should have just bought it with the spider tag because this box isn't that great anyway. I could have just taken them out of the box, but anyway, I've got season 2 and I've never watched it. I might at some point, I'm not sure. Also, in one of those kind of packages, I've got Pokemon. This is seasons 1 and 2. These are the series that I grew up with. I absolutely loved Pokemon as a kid. It's not something that really followed me over time as something that I still really love, but I wanted to pick this up because I just really enjoyed the series, and it's a nice little bit of nostalgia. I reckon I might have watched maybe up to season 3, maybe 4 at a push. I know there's so many seasons now, but these early years of Pokemon is what I remember when there were only 150 Pokemon or 151 Pokemon or whatever. When they started adding the new ones, I lost interest in it. Now, I did want to buy these series they brought out these really nice digipacks of each series. This set was actually cheaper than buying both of them. It was about the same price as buying just one of the digibooks. So I thought, as someone who's not an enormous fan of Pokemon, who just wants to have it represented in the collection somehow, I just bought this set. Again, it was probably like 20 bucks or something. These have come out on Blu-ray now, which I'm sure they look really nice. I'm kind of just happy with these DVDs, and I don't think I'll buy any more seasons of this. I'm happy with these two, just to represent that little bit of nostalgia in the collection. I also have the complete series of the Ricky Gervais Show on DVD. I love this show so much. This is Ricky Gervais's podcast starring Ricky, Steve Merchant, and Karl Pilkington. If you haven't heard the podcast, it is like the funniest thing ever. One of the greatest podcasts ever made, if not the greatest podcast ever made. And they basically took all the greatest bits from the podcast and put them into animation, and it is some of the funniest TV you will ever see. Just to see Karl Pilkington as an animated little Eggman is one of the funniest things ever. Look at that. If you don't get a good little smile, a little laugh out of this series, then I don't know what you're going to laugh at, because this is great. That is 3 series right there, which made up the entire complete series of the Ricky Gervais Show. I imported this one from the UK. Not sure if it ever got a release here in Australia. I have got a good chunk of Family Guy right here. This is one of my favorite animated series. I still love the new ones, even if some people don't. I have got seasons 1 to 16 right here. I think season 17 has been released, but I haven't picked it up yet. As you'll notice, in Australia, these are released as season box sets, whereas in America, they actually get a release as just volumes. So it's just like volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. They used to do that quite a lot here in Australia, where the volumes would become seasons. So I believe season 1 and season 2 were released as volume 1, volume 2 in America. They are actually season 1. That is season 1. It's split into 2 halves, but it's released as season 1 and season 2 here. So whereas there are actually 17 seasons in America, there are technically 18 seasons here in Australia. If that makes sense, it's a really silly thing to do, but they do it quite a bit, or they used to. I don't know if they do it so much anymore. So that is my seasons 1 to 16 of Family Guy. I also have Stewie, Griffin, The Untold Story, which was basically 2 episodes from, I can't remember which season, but it was one of the seasons. It's 2 episodes of it stitched together to make a movie, which runs for 84 minutes. So it might be like 3 episodes or something like that. I can't remember. But these episodes weren't released as part of the box set individually. So if you wanted them, you had to buy this. That was such a little cheeky little thing to do. They also did that with the Family Guy Star Wars trilogy. So these are the special edition episodes of Family Guy where they ripped off the Star Wars movies, basically. Not ripped off, did a loving homage to the Star Wars movies. I have that on DVD and Blu-ray. Once again, these were a series of, I guess, movie length-ish specials. It was like 2 episodes, and then they stuck them back to back for this release. And if you wanted these episodes, you had to buy the box set because the episodes were not released on the season box sets themselves. So again, another cheeky little thing to get quite a bit more money out of you. But I don't mind, because I love this little box set here, and that's the same there as well. I would have bought these anyway because it's just very cool. I've shown this off on my Star Wars DVD Blu-ray collection as well, but I'll show it off here briefly. This is the collection of Star Wars Robot Chicken episodes that they released. I guess this is, it is still animation, it's stop motion animation. They did a series of 3 specials. I really like this box set. I thought this was so funny. I'm not a huge fan of Robot Chicken, but I thought these Star Wars episodes were just really funny. So they're worth a pickup if you can get your hands on them too and you're a big Star Wars or Robot Chicken fan. I've got a few series of Seth MacFarlane's second television series, American Dad. I'm not a huge fan of this one. We only really bought this, I think I got this. This is seasons 1 to 8. Or as it says here, volumes 1 to 8 of the series. I imported this one from the UK, and I got this for like $20 on a Black Friday sale or something like that. So it's just like, we thought, you know what, I think old mate Rick actually really enjoys this show, and I thought for the sake of like 20 bucks or 30 bucks or whatever it was for 8 seasons, why not just pick it up and have it in the collection? And then we went and bought volume 9 as well individually. I think there's maybe up to volume 11 or 12 at this point, but we haven't gone and picked up any more. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it, and old mate Rick hasn't got around to watching all that yet, so we kind of stopped collecting that, but one day we might pick up the last couple of seasons of that too. Alright, let's start off with this, my favorite animated series of all time, The Simpsons. I absolutely adore this show. I couldn't even begin to tell you how many times I watched the earlier episodes of these. I would have these on constantly. I had episodes upon episodes recorded on VHS. I would just have them running on the TV in the background if I was just at home mucking around or the computer or something. Simpsons would be on. There would be Simpsons on TV at 6 p.m. weeknights for years and years and years. And then there would be, I think Wednesday nights, 7:30 would be a new episode, followed by an old one. Friday nights at 7:30, there'd be 2 old episodes. It was just Simpsons on TV all the time. And even Foxtel, our local cable subscription service, would play Simpsons. I think they still do actually on one of the channels, on the Fox 8 channel. They would play it from like 6 a.m. in the morning until about midday. So just hours of Simpsons on a Saturday and a Sunday morning. It was always on. I just love this show so much. And when these box sets first came out, these were the first like DVDs I ever saved up money to go out and buy. I remember when these first seasons were released. I'm lucky I actually have the first releases of the earlier seasons that are in these really cool digibook digipack packaging things. I remember these came out, they were like $80, $100. These were so expensive when they were first released. I mean, you pick one of these up for like $30 these days on first release, and like 20 bucks, 15, $10 sometimes on sale. I love these so much. Yeah, so these were the first ones where I would save up birthday money, save up pocket money and stuff to go and buy these Simpsons box sets. And I still collect them to this very day. So these were the very early ones that I'm showing right here, up to season 5, and that was the last one they did in the in like the TV designs right there. And then they went on and they did the heads. So these were the original head ones. I don't think you can get them like this anymore. They just come out in like standard packs with DVD cases in them, or just like a standard like digi thing. I'm not sure, but I know they don't come out like this anymore. And these were just very, very cool. So these big head ones, and in essence, this whole big head idea has stuck around, but you see over the years that they have again changed a little bit. They used to have these little, as you can see, these little holes cut out in them for years and years. And then as you'll see very soon, they did stop doing that with season 11, once they got out of the Simpsons family heads. So that was the whole, you had the heads of the whole Simpsons family right there. And right up until that point, right up until season 10, which I reckon is the peak of the show, that was like the last time they did one of these proper digi. As you can see even here, the digi packs had slightly changed a little bit. And then we get to this point where we've got season 11. Move these out of the way. Season 11 was the first of the head covers without a Simpsons family member on it, and I went to these really awful, I hate these. I hate them. I mean, it's a pretty cool design, but I hate the way the discs are in there because the discs get scratched. I remember this first one was so bad, I'd pull the disc out, and there was all this glue on the back of the discs from the crappy glue that they used to stick this packaging together. So what I've actually done ever since is I put the DVD in one of these, so just to make sure that that doesn't get wrecked in there. I think it's one of the worst, I think that's one of the worst design things ever, and annoyingly, they have continued with that awful, awful, awful design for the last bundle of seasons there. So that's all those ones there, without the Simpsons family heads on them. So I've got everything up until, well, they released season 20 when season 20 come out for some random reason. So then there's a little bit of a gap in the collection because they got up to season 17 and decided we're gonna stop making DVDs. And then last year they said, all right, we're gonna start making DVDs again with season 18. So they filled up that hole a little bit, but we're still waiting on season 19 to pad that out. And season 20, this is one of the worst releases. They released this as soon after season 20 was aired on television. All these other ones are just so far behind. But they released this one because 20th anniversary, let's get a 20th anniversary Blu-ray out there. No special features or anything on this, which sucks. So I hope, in some respects, I wouldn't mind an edition of this with special features, but I hope they don't put another one out instead of like putting season 21 out or something like that. Because I just want to finish this collection. I really don't like many of the episodes after maybe season 15. Season 1 to 10 is like the prime. 11, 12, 13 were okay. I was growing up when they were airing on TV. I didn't mind them. 14, 15 is where it started just getting a little bit average. And then everything after that I've either not watched or just not enjoyed. So that was my complete series collection of The Simpsons up to season 20, except for season 19. So yeah, if you are collecting Simpsons and you can't find season 19, that's why it hasn't come out. I also ended up picking up this along the way, which was one of these Simpsons double packs with Christmas with The Simpsons and The Simpsons Christmas 2. These are all episodes that I have on the season box sets, but I find it easier, instead of pulling all those box sets out at Christmas time, just pull this out. You've got all the episodes on a couple of discs, all the great classic Christmas episodes. I just put a disc in and just run them all instead of swapping out discs, changing discs. I just hate having to do that. This was like, I think I picked this up for $5 at some point, so it was like, just get that and makes everything so much easier. I also have the Simpsons movie here as well. This is only the DVD, but I love this steelbook. This is one of the very early steelbooks. These were so bad. It's actually a tin case, they're called. So they'd be like this. Big, bulky, ugly little things that would actually house the actual DVD case itself. So it wouldn't be, so now how you have a steelbook where the steel book itself is actually the case. No, this was just like a metal tin that housed the DVD. Haven't picked this up on Blu-ray just yet for some reason. Ooh, something just flew out of there. Oh yeah, this was like a behind-the-scenes look at the Simpsons movie exclusive to Pizza Hut when that first came out. That's pretty cool. And then inside there, funnily enough, I actually have, wow, my cinema tickets. How's that? I got my cinema tickets from when I first saw the Simpsons movie back in 2007. Was that long ago? Gosh, I remember waiting so many years to actually see a Simpsons movie, and now it's been 10 years since the movie. I can't believe that. So yeah, I will pick that up on Blu-ray at one point. I know a number of those seasons are available on Blu-ray as well, but I just never picked up the Blu-rays because they never came out in the digipack packagings. I know I really dislike the new ones. I would prefer to have the cool big digipack packaging and have my collection like concise and a nice collection that seems like it's, you know, I've been collecting them for so long. I want them to look, to all look the same on the shelf. And so far, the consistency's been fairly good, other than a few like tweaks and box set modifications and stuff like that. So I love to have mine like that. And everything prior to season 20 was produced in standard def anyway, so I never really saw the need to upgrade them. Everything I've seen, reviews on the Blu-rays is like, it's not much better than the DVD. If they did release season 20 onward on Blu-ray, I know they did release season 20 on Blu-ray, but if they did, I would consider it down the line, but I do like my big digipacks and stuff like that. I've also got the entire series of Matt Groening's second television series, Futurama. Really, really love this show, but it never really held up as much for me as The Simpsons did. I have these original DVD box sets. These are the first box sets that ever came out. I remember back then you could actually buy these as individual discs, and then they brought out the full series box sets. I think I actually started buying the individual discs and then had to sell them off or something, or return them, so I could go and buy these big box sets when they became cheap. They're very big, they're very bulky. You can now get them just in like one slimline little case, which I honestly probably would prefer because it takes up less space on the shelf. But I do, there is a nice little beautiful little charm in these old box sets, which I really think are really nice. And then season 4, which was the last of the first series right there. So there were 4 seasons originally before it got cancelled, and then they came back with a series of television movies. And this is the box set of the 4 TV movies right there, which were, if I can find a way to open this up, Futurama, Bender's Big Score, that was the first one. The Beast with a Billion Backs, these go for about 85 minutes each. Bender's Game, and Into the Wild Green Yonder. I don't think I watched that one, but I watched all the other ones. These were then additionally also cut down into like 3 or 4 parts each and released as series on TV. But then they never got individual season releases on disc. They just kind of, when they came out on disc, they came out as the movies. And then seasons 5, 6, 7, and 8 were released additionally, which were after the success of the Tally movies. Fox basically re-signed them for another bunch of series right here, so 7 and 8. So technically, again, it's a bit funny because these did become season 5 on television. This should technically be season 6, 7, 8, 9, but whatever, I don't care. Like that, I like it like that. The original 4 seasons were actually released in box sets that had very similar art to these, which would have been nice to have all of them together. I could even maybe sell off the original box sets and buy the slimline ones, but I'm not too sure. I think I like them how they are. Okay, now we've got a number of Nickelodeon series that I want to show off. These were some of my absolute favorite series growing up as a kid. I'd come home from school and watch them on a weekend on Foxtel, all this great stuff. I love these shows so much. I waited for so long for these to come on DVD, and then finally this independent distributor here in Australia called Beyond Home Entertainment finally started releasing all the Nickelodeon titles, and I was on them straight away. Day one, I have been there to buy all of these as soon as they've come out because I just need them. There are a few inconsistencies here and there. I will point them out. There's a few little things I'm a bit annoyed with when it comes with these guys, and we'll talk about it as we go along. First up, we've got Real Monsters, seasons 1 to 4. This is the entire series of this. Really, really love this one. As you'll see, these original releases anyway from Beyond Home Entertainment came in these cool little digipack packagings. So Real Monsters. Then we've got the Angry Beavers. Love these guys as well. Not as much as some of these shows. This is probably the one that I was least interested in, but I do remember watching it a lot. As you can see, some of these come in even bigger digipack packagings there, which is, I love these. I think these are really cool. They put in some really great effort into these packs when they first started to release them. As you'll see as we go on, they stopped putting in as much effort. Apparently the boxes were being wrecked in transit, or it was too expensive for them to keep producing them like this. I'm not too sure. But anyway, here's Cat Dog as well. 3 seasons of Cat Dog, which is the entire series of that as well. Again, as you can see, nice big digipack packaging for them, really great. I love this one. This is one that I used to watch a whole lot as well. This one here was an absolute favorite. Hey Arnold. Now, as you'll see, the first 2 seasons came out in the cool little digipack packagings, and then after that they stopped putting in effort in 3, 4, and 5. Just came out in standard discs, which is really, really annoying. So when you got them on the shelf, they're like that. It doesn't look great, and it kind of annoys me a little bit. It just ruins the whole consistency of the entire set. Like when they were first coming out and you had them all like this, it was just great. And then I don't know, I'm just happy to have them on DVD. I'm happy to be able to own these shows. It's just a little bit annoying about the packaging is all. Seasons 1 to 5, I believe that's all of it. Apart from the new ones, there's been a new TV movie or a new series or something of that one, which I can't wait to see. I also have the movie, Hey Arnold the Movie, as well on DVD there. Now this one right here was my favorite series of the lot, I reckon. Rocko's Modern Life. I said Mocko's Rotten Life. No, Rocko's Modern Life. This show is fantastic. Here's a little wallaby from Australia with a really bad Australian accent. I just love this. Now there were 4 seasons of this. Beyond Home Entertainment only released the first 3 as individual releases, and then they released this big box set which had seasons 1 to 4 in it, and never released season 4 individually, which is so annoying. I've emailed them multiple times about it. When you bring out season 4, and they always just like say there's no plans to release season 4 individually, which I think is really, really crap. Because you got these people who are, like me especially, I've been there since day 1 of them releasing these titles, helped them make it a really successful line along with everyone else who went out and bought on day 1 and was buying these as they were coming out, and successful enough for them to then go on and release big box sets. And the annoying thing is, those of us who helped make the line what it was have to then go and buy the big box set to just get that last season. I mean, we should be able to get the last season individually instead of having to buy them all over again, which really, really, really sucks. We've got the Rugrats here. Let's be happy. Let's get happier. The Rugrats. This is next to Rocko's Modern Life. Rugrats was my absolute favorite. It probably was above Rocko's Modern Life, my absolute favorite of the whole bunch. And I'm so happy to finally own these. If there was only one show I could own, it would have been the Rugrats, because this was my favorite as a kid. This started, I think, I could be wrong, in 1991, maybe 92 or 93. So when I was very, very, very young, I was born in 91, so it was pretty much running for my entire young childhood life. It went for 9 seasons, so there's the 9 seasons of that. They also went back and did a sequel series called All Grown Up, and Beyond Home Entertainment released all 5 series of that too, just in the standard DVD cases. I'm just happy that the entire run of Rugrats actually got a release in those digipacks. So for them to be in those cases, that's okay. It doesn't bother me so much. There was also the 2 Rugrats movies here, the Rugrats movie and the Rugrats in Paris. Remember seeing these at the cinemas as a kid. Absolutely, absolutely love both of those too. I'd love to get these on Blu-ray if they ever came out on Blu-ray one day, but I've got them on DVD right there. There was also this one. This is the 3rd movie, the Rugrats Go Wild, which was like a crossover mashup between the Rugrats and the Wild Thornberrys. Like the Rugrats go on like an adventure and then meet up with the Wild Thornberrys. I can't really remember it. I'm sure I did see it though. So that's part of the collection there. And of course, to go with that, I have the entire series of the Wild Thornberrys. We've got season 1, season 2, season 3 and 4. Did I say them in order? Yes, 4 and 5 came out in this pack here. I don't know, were they short seasons or something? There's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes in season 5. I'm not too sure if that's, I don't know, sometimes when they were releasing these, some of the discs left episodes off. So some seasons came out incomplete, then they would go back later and release the rest of the episodes. And case in point, after the entire series was done, they released the second half of season 2, which was part 2, the lost episodes. For some reason, I think that their official reasoning was there were rights issues with some of the episodes. I'm not sure whether there was that or maybe they just left the episodes off for some reason. I'm not too sure, but the official reason is that they didn't have the rights to the entire series, which is kind of strange. But anyway, so that's kind of annoying that they released the entire series in these digipacks and then had to go back to season 2 in a normal packaging, which bugs me a little bit, but whatever, it is what it is. At least I have that again. And then there was also the Wild Thornberrys movie as well. This one, I believe, came out before the Rugrats Wild Thornberrys crossover movie. I don't really remember it, but I'm sure I did see it. This came out like 2003, so I must have been like maybe 12. So I think it was probably maybe at the back end of me watching these series. I would imagine. I would have still been in primary school, so I was probably still watching these shows up until maybe 2003-ish, I don't know. And then you get nostalgic and you want to go back as a grown man and buy them all on DVD again. So that is my entire Nickelodeon collection. There were some other ones that they did release, like Ren and Stimpy that they brought out, but I never really watched Ren and Stimpy, so I didn't buy that. And I think there's a couple of other things that I really wasn't that interested in, but they're all the ones from my childhood. Now I'm just waiting for Beyond Home Entertainment to release that final season of Rocko's Modern Life individually. Please! There will be so many people out there who just need that last season to complete the collection and not have to want to go out and buy that big box set individually, because that's ridiculous. It's so stupid. I don't know why they didn't do that. Anyway, that's all the Nickelodeon stuff, and then we've got a couple of like vintage classic TV series. These are the ones that old mate Rick would have grown up watching when he was a kid, sort of at the same age I was when I was watching all the Nickelodeon stuff. So let's take a look at just a couple of these. There he is over there. He's excited. Come have a look. This is your childhood stuff. Your childhood programs right here. Why don't you introduce them?
Oh, Rocky and Bullwinkle. Loved Rocky and Bullwinkle. Yeah, and then also had, was it Peabody? Peabody and Sherman.
Yeah, there they are on
they
the
were
back.
Fantastic.
So it was like, what? It was like anthology series, basically, hosted by Rocky and Bullwinkle, and then they'd show these little other cartoons on there as well.
Little sketches from different...
Dudley Do-Right was on there,
that's
and
right. Yep.
stuff like that. Yep. That was a great show, though. It's got 78 episodes on there. For some reason, again, Beyond Home Entertainment don't release the entire thing. I think there's like 2 episodes missing. I don't know why.
Hey, Rocky, what you pull a rabbit out of a hat? Again, that trick never works. They're really bad.
Oh, gosh. That is...
Oh, Roger Ramjet. Oh, yeah. Loved Roger Ramjet.
Now, these were all the same animation studio from
Roger
memory.
Ramjet of the American Eagles.
Ward Productions? I believe they were the same. I'm not sure. I could be wrong about that. But there you go. Roger Ramjet's right there. Again, nice digipack. Though the discs don't sit in these very well, which is kind of annoying. One of the Rugrats ones exploded before. There you go. Roger Ramjet. Very cool. And one more.
Dick Tracy. Love Dick Tracy.
Whoop, see? That's what I mean. Beyond. Maybe this is part of the reason why they stopped doing the things anyway.
Yeah, so Dick Tracy. Oh, another one fell out.
It's falling out again.
Dick Tracy calling Gogo Gomez. Calling Gogo Gomez.
I regret inviting you onto the show.
Oh, well.
There you go. They're enjoying it, I'm sure.
I enjoyed it. Go get them. Enjoy them.
Yeah, good shows. All right, so Dick Tracy. All right.
Bye.
See ya. Old mate Rick. I think it's his first appearance in one of my update videos. Very embarrassing. Anyway, so yeah, Dick Tracy, Rocky Bullwinkle, Roger Ramjet, they're all really great old classic shows that go back to probably 1960s, I'd guess. If he was watching them as a kid. Yeah, he's nodding away over there. So yeah, it was great. Rocky and Bullwinkle. So Rocky and Bullwinkle would be my personal favourite out of the bunch. I remember watching this as a kid, actually. It was on like Cartoon Network or something. And then there was that Rocky and Bullwinkle movie with Robert De Niro. It was just absolutely terrible. But yeah, if you do like your old classic animated shows, those are out there to go and pick up. Really, really great stuff. And look, with that, that is it. That is my entire animated series collection on DVD and Blu-ray. We went through a whole lot of stuff. Actually, there's a whole lot more stuff there than I actually thought there was. I hope you've enjoyed this one. That pretty much rounds out my TV series, Blu-ray DVD collection series of videos here. I've covered all my TV stuff. There will be some more DVD Blu-ray videos in the future, and I've got a lot of music stuff stuff on DVD and Blu-ray that people have been bugging me. Please do a music DVD and Blu-ray collection video. I will get to that. I've got a bunch of DVD box sets downstairs, like some really cool stuff, like the original Superman box sets, Indiana Jones box set, Back to the Future, some really cool box sets down there that I haven't shown off yet that I will get to eventually. And then of course I will also be continuing with my regular Blu-ray DVD updates every couple of months when I get a good stack of stuff to show off. And of course the Disney DVD Blu-ray collections will continue as their own separate series as well. But for the TV stuff, that just about rounds it up. Oh, other than I've got a bunch of like special interest stuff like David Attenborough, BBC Earth documentaries, Top Gear, all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure if anyone's interested in checking that out. If you are, let me know in the comments down below and I might get around to that eventually as well. But look, until then guys, that is it for now. I hope you have enjoyed this series of TV shows on DVD and Blu-ray. I hope I'll see you in my next video, whatever that is. Take it easy, guys. If this is your first time viewing one of my videos, you like what you've seen, you'd like to see more like this in the future, then please don't forget to hit that big old subscribe button up on your screen right now, and also hit that like button down below if you're feeling extra generous. Also, don't forget to check out my many social media accounts, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day.